So this is the current RV5, or for the Area 5 being the Pacific Islands Hydrology Technicians course, recently put together. And you can see here it spans over 10 weeks, but the final weeks just being a finishing project and grading. So it's really only 8 weeks. You can see the topics: rain gauges, site visits, surveying, streamflow gauging, star log, staff gauges and structures and controls. So it's spread over that time. And if we look at, say, a week in specific detail, so week 1 we've got hydrological controls and safety, and typically it will have under a subject reading, a Word document to read beforehand to get some understanding. Then something like a PowerPoint, animated PowerPoint. If we look at this, it's giving examples, real examples in the field. And this just comes through as a menu here where you can resume if you've gone out and come back, or start from scratch. There's examples in here of different types of control and narration in the background, and problems you might get through to different types of flow controls, and then a video at the end. So it loads and it just shows you different types of controls with real video. Man-made, so examples of different controls. And the user can jump forward or backwards through this as they like. So that was week 1. Week 2's on staff gauges, structures, instrumentation and telemetry. So again, it's the same sort of setup. There's readings to do, like the primary datums and references to understand. Then we'll look at staff gauges. Here we go again with another animated PowerPoint. Again with the a menu down the side. So we'll go no, we'd like to go back to the start. The purpose of it, what staff gauges look like, protection, other devices, an exercise on reading staff gauges as well, examples of problems. So a gauging exercise, and then you'll have to watch a video, and then it shows you the answers of how to read staff gauges and what the reading should be. So along with the readings and looking at videos and photos, there's also an exercise to do, and normally some sort of forum or Dropbox where to receive their points they need to upload answers to the questions and their own photos of their sites and things they've done. So if we look at an example of an exercise here, you'll see this is about read and describe your local staff gauge, 8 points. So they have to get a video or photo of one of their sites, describe the following, what's the datum, etc. So answering all these questions and then submitting that, and it'll tell us when it's been submitted, it needs graded, the date they did it, etc. So all this is quite trackable within the Moodle software, and we can sort of get feedback on how well they've understood things. So again, structures here again, there's reading beforehand, a couple of PowerPoints, videos and photos to watch, and a exercise to do at the end. Telemetry being the same. So if we go into week 3, so they're expected to use maybe 8 hours a week, so 1 day a week working on this over the next 8 to 10 weeks. So this week's all on Starlog, how to use Starlog. So reading again, watching how the software is being used at sites, and then their exercises to build their own program and scheme and alter schemes and change recording intervals. It's just sort of basic stuff using Starlog. Week 4 is discharge measurement. They can choose either to work with a current meter gauging or a flow tracker gauging, and look at demos of these and actually go out and do a measurement and upload their results. Following week is a catch-up week. Then they're into surveying, so they're looking at the different types of surveying equipment, how to set it up, and then doing own level checks at a site themselves. So again, there's a PowerPoint presentation, some video for them to watch. So while they're doing this, everything's being recorded in the Moodle package that it runs from, so we can see where they're at, what they've answered, what they've yet to do. So this is telling them what to do at a level, leveling to do at a site, surveying that's required. An example of a station being surveyed. Collimation checks, how to check our levels, and how to actually do one of these checks. This is an Australian video which they allowed us to use. So it talks them through the whole thing and that they've completed each module. And then it goes on after that to look at rain gauges. So if we look at rain gauges, for instance, and just general site power supplies and what to do when you get to a site. Reading on rain gauges again, more PowerPoints here, and video on different aspects of rain gauges and rainfall sites. So we've got examples of new installed sites, examples from Fiji, Pacific Island rain gauges, then site visit checks, someone actually doing an inspection of the site, check gauges, automatic rain gauges, looking at manual gauges, tipping bucket rain gauges, and then a couple of videos. Here's a site doing a field calibration, cleaning the tipping bucket, and also a lab calibration. So what's carried out in the lab, etc. So it carries on through. So that's a sort of format, mixture of photos, PowerPoints, video, and written instructions, documents to read beforehand, and assignments to do at the end. And these will all be assessed and marked as they go through.